balancing school, lacrosse, NIL, social, everything is definitely a lot. I think growing up, the first decision you make when you're deciding to become a Division I athlete is deciding to make that commitment, to be organized, scheduling, know you're going to be super busy. So for me, it just all comes down to scheduling and knowing what you have to prioritize. With BC, of course, academics first. Next, you have lacrosse, NIL, even family back home, social life, and then somehow you have to fit eating into that every day. That's always the hard part at school. So it's a lot, but I think if you just have really good time management, which is what we work on a lot at school, then you'll be set.
It's gotta be pretty overwhelming. I mean, look, how old are you, Belle? 19, 20 years
20.
old? 20 years old? Like, you're 20 years old, right? I mean, you're a Division I athlete. You won a national championship last year. You have school, that's probably the most important part, right? Then you have lacrosse, which is a whole nother side of it. How do you like just get your center of gravity and figure it all out?
Oh no, for the overwhelming part, I feel like people talk about it a lot, but not really enough. Especially in the past year, I've been super overwhelmed balancing lacrosse at BC, US lacrosse, leaving BC things to go to US things, academics on top of that, and now the NIL stuff coming and how to balance the NIL opportunities with also putting your college team first is really difficult. Like I said before, managing your time and prioritizing, especially I know at BC and other schools might do this. Our team talks about it a lot, especially lately with like all the mental health stuff. So we've been talking about it a lot, how to organize. And a big thing that's helped me in the past year, we started writing a lot of thank you letters, not just a text or an email, but taking a moment to reflect. We have like life meetings where we reflect and thank those who have helped us along the way with all this organizing and frustration. And that's kind of been nice because it's like the one place where I feel like I can just release and really think about who's gotten me here and kind of just take a breath of fresh air and appreciate why I'm here and what I'm doing, even though it's overwhelming at times. My whole family knows since day one it's always been my dad, and it gets my mom a little upset at times. She knows I'm always my dad's girl. I mean, my mom too, but growing up he was my lacrosse coach since first grade, my basketball coach, taught me everything on and off the sports field, especially with having two older sisters that played. He would coach them when they were little and I'd always be on the sideline with him, so I felt like I was almost like always his assistant coach, always learning from him. Everything I did, I always tried to do in reflection of my dad. He played baseball in college. Actually, this is pretty cool. He played two-man beach volleyball, professional, East Coast, growing up, so he was a really big athlete. He's taught me so much on and off the field and how to be a great teammate and a great player, and I learn from him every day. Something really nice with NIL is that you can make money while you're at school still, so you're not just relying on the time that you're at home because you don't have that much time at home anymore. So it's nice that you can use kind of your sport to create money for yourself so that you don't just have to do it when you're home. My mom this morning, I was talking to her and I was like, I am so happy that I chose to do Lacrosse Unlimited. Like, I was talking to some other people and trying to figure out what NIL opportunity I wanted to do. Since I was in first grade, I shopped at Lacrosse Unlimited to buy all my gear, whether that's apparel or sticks, wanted to get colorful stringing. Like, Lacrosse Unlimited was always the place that I went to, so I feel like it's almost my rock when it comes to where I started lacrosse. Coming in and seeing where all of this creativity and these people like come from and kind of the story behind them is so cool because I love Lacrosse Unlimited now even more than I did when I was younger because of the people. Like, you guys made me feel at home the second I signed with you, which is kind of rare, especially with NIL. Like, with NIL right now, there's still a little bit of wishy-washy. You don't know what you can and can't do, so I was a little worried signing things, but the second I came here, it felt like family. And with that, all I want to do is contribute to Lacrosse Unlimited more and more as much as I can.
What are the gratifications that you get from passing down all the stuff that you've learned? Right, you're a phenomenal player. You played for Team USA. You played for Boston College. Won a national championship. Like, how do you feel that you're being able now to like train these little kids, these younger kids that are on the come up, and like how does that make you feel? Because at some point you were that person.
Oh yeah. When training young kids and seeing them see me as if I'm like a celebrity or just someone they look up to, I feel what it's all about. When I train kids and they want a picture after, they want to talk to me about a tryout coming up. Like, that's all I want, is to help those kids. I was them only a few years ago. And I think with the NIL, you have even a bigger opportunity to do that because you're more seen on social media outlets. You have more access to those kids. So I think with NIL, you just have a larger opportunity to reach those young kids whose shoes you were in only a few years ago. And I think that's the best part of the sport, is it's very clear that the sport is growing more and more every day, especially in the past 2 years. So to be able to be a part of that growth and be someone that makes kids want to grow into the player that they are is really special. And I think that's my favorite part about all of it.